why intermittent fasting does not directly help with fat loss. Let's check it out. Alright. A lot of people think that intermittent fasting helps them with fat loss because it's a magic bullet. You can pretty much eat whatever the hell you want as long as you do intermittent fasting. You can fast 16 hours and then you eat like a retard for 8 hours and you will be fine. You will not gain any body fat. And that is so wrong. Intermittent fasting is not, I repeat, it's not a magic bullet. Calorie balance, calories in versus calories out, still applies. Intermittent fasting doesn't change that. If your maintenance level is 2000 and you eat 4000, you will gain body fat. Now, if your maintenance level is 2000 and you don't eat anything because you do intermittent fasting, and then in one meal you eat 4000 calories, you will gain body fat. It doesn't matter if you do intermittent fasting or not. I said it does not directly help with fat loss though. And that's because it can help with sticking to a diet. And here's why. A lot of people do good when they just don't eat or they just skip one meal. And I actually do it myself on a cut as well. I just don't eat any breakfast because me personally, I'm not hungry when I wake up. I don't want to eat anything. In the evening though, 6, 7, 8 p.m., I could eat every minute. Therefore, I don't eat any breakfast. My first meal is at lunch, and then I have another meal usually at 3 and then one at 6 p.m. That's when I do a cutting phase. So when I lose body fat. But I still have to be in a caloric deficit. Some people think that because they eat less, or less often at least, they are longer in a fat burning state. So they think if they only eat once or twice a day and the rest of the day they don't eat, they only have, say, on a 16-8 intermittent fasting split, which is the most common one, you have 8 hours where you eat and 16 hours where you lose body fat. And that is somewhat true because you are, in that time, you are in a caloric deficit, so you lose body fat. But what most people don't understand is that you are always gaining fat and losing fat all the time. You know what? I will have something here. There you go. Because it's a little bit easier. You know what? I'm pretty bad at gestures, so see that? That's what I'm talking about. So you will always have a state of fat gain, fat loss, and if most of the curves are below the bar, so you're mostly in a deficit, you lose body fat. It doesn't matter how many curves there are. It doesn't matter. Caloric deficit matters in the end. So intermittent fasting does not help with that. But it does help with sticking to a diet because your blood levels are more stable, so you're maybe less hungry and you can have bigger meals, which makes you feel more satiated. That's why intermittent fasting works for some people. Some other people feel really bad on intermittent fasting because they just have to eat a little bit more often. Some people do good. And if it works for you in terms of feeling hungry and satiety and everything, go right ahead and use it, but make sure to be in a caloric deficit if you want to lose body fat. Because some people, they put stuff on Instagram and they post pictures of fries and pizza and whatnot, and they say, oh, I do intermittent fasting, I can eat whatever I want. No, you can't. Don't listen to those idiots. Again, intermittent fasting doesn't help directly with fat loss. If it helps you to stay on track, to get less calories in, go right ahead. But don't assume you will lose body fat just because you're doing intermittent fasting. That's not the case, will never be, and if somebody says otherwise, he's an idiot. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have more questions that you would like me to make a video about, just let me know down in the comment section below, and I will have a look and see if I can do a video about it. See you next time. Bye.